Heung-Min Son announces departure from Spurs. This is more than just a transfer. It's the end of an era. After over a decade of unforgettable moments, Heung-Min Son has officially announced his intention to leave Tottenham Hotspur. The news, delivered during a joint press conference with manager Thomas Frank in Seoul on Saturday morning, sent shockwaves through the football world. But here's where it gets controversial. Is leaving now really the right decision for both Son and the club? Speaking ahead of our preseason match against Newcastle United, Son expressed deep emotion as he shared his thoughts. Before we start the press conference, he said, "I wanted to say I have decided to leave the club this summer. Respectfully, the club is helping me with this decision." He described the choice as the most difficult of his entire career. "Such amazing memories. It was so hard to make the decision," he admitted. "I need a new environment to push myself. I need a little bit of change. 10 years is a long time. I came to North London as a kid, 23 years old, such a young age. I leave this club as a grown man, a very proud man." Son also took a moment to thank the fans. "I want to say thank you to all the Spurs fans for giving me so much love. I hope the goodbye is also good timing, and this is the right time to make that decision. I hope everyone can accept that and respect that." Thomas Frank, who joined the club after Son had already established himself as a legend, offered a respectful and heartfelt response. "For me personally, I would have loved to have worked with this fantastic person and player," he said. "He is a true Spurs legend in every aspect, one of the greatest players to play in the Premier League. It is never easy to find the perfect timing, and me coming in from the side, it makes it a bit easier to end on a high." And this is the part most people miss. Son's legacy at Tottenham isn't just about goals or trophies. It's about identity. He's not just a player. He's a symbol of loyalty, resilience, and class. Son joined the club at the end of August 2015 and went on to celebrate a decade in Lily-White in May by lifting the UEFA Europa League trophy, a moment that many believed could be his swan song. Over the years, he's become 5th on the club's all-time scoring list with 173 goals, and recently joined an elite group by making over 450 appearances, 454 to be exact. His achievements are nothing short of legendary. A FIFA Puskas Award winner for his stunning goal against Burnley in 2019, a Premier League Golden Boot winner in 2021-22 with 23 goals, and one of only 13 players to lift a trophy as captain of Spurs. Son's impact transcends statistics. So what does this mean for Tottenham moving forward? And perhaps more importantly, was it fair for Son to leave at a time when the team is rebuilding under new leadership? We'll get a glimpse of what's next when we face Newcastle at Seoul's World Cup Stadium on Sunday, kicking off at 12 noon UK time, live on Spurs Play. www.play.tottenhamhotspur.com/home. Now it's your turn. Do you think Son made the right call to help guide the next generation of Spurs talent? Or was it time for him and the club to move on? Let us know in the comments below. Son Heung-min's shocking departure from Tottenham. LAFC talks heat up. Imagine being the star player of a team you've helped achieve its greatest triumph in decades, only to decide it's time to move on. That's the situation Tottenham Hotspur captain Son Heung-min finds himself in, as he reportedly asks to leave the club this summer. But here's where it gets controversial. Son, who led Tottenham to their first major trophy in 17 years last season, has reportedly informed the club and new head coach Thomas Frank of his desire to depart. This news comes as Tottenham is currently on its preseason tour in East Asia, preparing for a friendly against Newcastle United at Seoul's massive World Cup stadium. Could this be Son's final game for the Spurs? Rumors have been swirling, and The Athletic reported earlier this month that MLS side Los Angeles FC were keen on signing the South Korean international. But it's not just LAFC showing interest. Clubs in the Saudi Pro League are also eager to secure Son's services, though he seems determined to join LAFC. Tottenham, recognizing Son's immense contributions over the past decade, aims to manage his exit as smoothly as possible. Son joined Tottenham from Bayer Leverkusen in 2015 and has since scored an impressive 173 goals in over 450 appearances. He was even named captain last summer by former head coach Ange Postecoglou, and under his leadership, Tottenham clinched the Europa League title in May. During a press conference last month, Frank, who succeeded Postecoglou in June, was asked about Son's future. He acknowledged the tricky situation, stating that Son was currently fully committed and training well, but that ultimately the club will always decide in the end. Son and Frank will be speaking to the media in Seoul on Saturday morning. But what does Son's potential departure mean for Tottenham? This summer has already been marked by significant change with Postecoglou's departure. Losing Son would hit fans hard. He's evolved into one of the world's best forwards, forming an unstoppable partnership with Harry Kane. Together, they were the faces of Tottenham's title challenges and the heartbreaking loss in the 2019 Champions League final. Son's performances last season were underwhelming, however, and his output has declined. This could be a blessing in disguise for Frank, who now avoids a difficult decision about Son's captaincy and can focus on developing younger talents like Mathis Tel and Wilson Odobert. Regardless of the outcome, Son will undoubtedly leave Tottenham on a high note, having won the Europa League and etching his name in the club's history. And this is the part most people miss. Son's exit raises intriguing questions about Tottenham's future. Will they continue to challenge for titles without him? Will they be able to replace his goals and leadership? Only time will tell. What do you think? Is Son's potential move to LAFC a good decision for him? Will Tottenham thrive or struggle without their star forward? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Photo by Mike Hewitt, Getty Images. Jay Harris, Tottenham Hotspur reporter for The Athletic, has covered football across Europe and beyond, including the 2022 World Cup and the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations. Follow him on Twitter at JDM Harris. Son Heung-min leaves Tottenham. Shocking transfer news. MLS rumors. Full reaction. End of an era. Son Heung-min bids farewell to Tottenham Hotspur, and this might just change the Premier League forever. For devoted football fans and headline watchers alike, the big news is official. Son Heung-min, South Korea's beloved soccer icon, has announced his upcoming departure from Tottenham Hotspur, signaling the close of an unforgettable 10-year chapter in North London. The timing? Just before the kickoff of the new Premier League season. But here's where it gets especially intriguing. Rumors are swirling that Son's next move could be across the Atlantic, joining Major League Soccer in the United States. How's that for shaking up the status quo? Breaking the news in Seoul just ahead of a preseason face-off with Newcastle United, the 33-year-old striker didn't hold back on the emotion of the moment. Before we get started, Son told journalists, I want to let everyone know I'm leaving the club this summer. I'm grateful the club is supporting my decision. Son didn't mince words about how challenging this was for him. Out of all the choices I've made professionally, this is by far the hardest. But after a decade, I feel the need to reinvent myself, to experience a new environment. 10 years is a big chunk of any player's career. He reflected on his journey with a mix of nostalgia and pride. I first came to North London at just 23, really just a kid. Now I leave as a man, one who's incredibly proud of what we've achieved here. Looking back, Son's impact at Tottenham is nothing short of legendary. Arriving from Bayer Leverkusen in Germany back in 2015, he racked up an astounding 173 goals over 454 appearances. His partnership with English star Harry Kane was electric, one of the most prolific duos in Premier League history. Following Kane's departure, Son even stepped up to take over the captaincy. Who could forget that epic 2021-22 season where Son tied with Liverpool's Mo Salah as the Premier League's top scorer, both netting 23 goals? This past May, Son added another crowning achievement to his resume, raising the Europa League trophy after Spurs triumphed over Manchester United. For some, that win finally silenced doubters who questioned Tottenham's ability to capture silverware. Though, of course, there are always fans who want more. And this is the part most people miss. Was this the perfect time for Son to bow out, or does his leaving too soon risk leaving trophy ambitions unfulfilled? Son isn't just a hero in London. Back home, he's a living legend. With 51 goals in 134 matches for the South Korean national team, he's arguably the most celebrated athlete in his country's sporting history. Tottenham's newly appointed manager Thomas Frank took a moment at that same press conference to honor Son's legacy, declaring, "Son is the very definition of a Spurs legend, among the greatest we've ever seen in the Premier League." But here's the controversial twist. Is Son's decision to leave now the right one? Or does it come at the cost of unfinished business in North London? Do you think a high-profile move to MLS represents a step forward in his career? Or is it a sign that his best years in top-tier European football are behind him? Let's hear your thoughts. Does Son Heung-min's legacy with Tottenham inspire you? Or do you wonder what heights the club might have reached had he chosen to stay just a little longer? Join the discussion below and share your perspective.